Across Canada, thousands of young people wake up every morning asking the same question: how am I supposed to survive here? In one of the richest and most resourceful nations on Earth, the next generation is fighting a battle their parents never had to face. A battle not against war or disease, but against the unbearable cost of simply existing. In a country that once symbolized opportunity, safety, and prosperity, millions are realizing that the math of modern Canadian life just doesn't add up. So what happened? And why does it feel like the system is quietly turning against its own youth? The reality of 2025. Numbers that don't add up. In 2025, Canada is at an economic crossroads. On paper, the numbers look stable. Inflation officially hovers around 3.8%. The jobless rate sits near 5.7%, and GDP growth remains positive. But beneath those polished statistics lies a truth millions feel daily. Everything costs more, and everyone earns less. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Toronto or Vancouver has blown past $2,600, while in smaller cities like Halifax or Calgary, it's quickly creeping toward $2,000. Renters are spending between 45% and 65% of their take-home income on shelter alone, far above the recommended 30%. Food is another crisis. The Canada Food Price Report 2025 predicts an additional 5 to 7% increase in grocery bills this year. A family of 4 now spends nearly $17,000 annually just to eat. The simple act of feeding yourself has become a luxury. Meanwhile, wages are stagnant. The median annual income for Canadians aged 25 to 34 is around $50,000 after tax, barely enough to live independently in most cities. Credit card debt has surpassed $120 billion, and the average household owes $1.81 for every dollar of disposable income. Even those trying to save are punished. Interest rates, though lower than the 2024 peak, keep mortgage renewals punishingly high. Canadians who bought homes during the pandemic boom are now facing payment increases of £800, $200 per month. Energy bills, transit passes, and phone plans have also crept upward. The dream of living comfortably on an average income has become mathematically impossible. What makes it worse is the illusion of progress. Politicians boast of affordability programs, yet young Canadians feel none of it trickle down. Inflation may have stabilized, but for millions the damage is permanent. Housing nightmare, the dream that died. For generations, owning a home was the symbol of adulthood, the moment you made it. Today, it's a fading mirage. In 2025, the average home price in Canada sits around $730,000, but in cities like Vancouver and Toronto, that figure doubles. A modest detached house can cost $1.4 million, requiring a down payment of over $280,000 just to qualify for a mortgage. With interest rates hovering near 5%, monthly payments exceed $6,000. That's not a starter home, it's a financial trap. Developers continue to build glass towers marketed as luxury living, but almost none of them are affordable. Many are purchased by investors who leave them vacant, treating homes as assets rather than places to live. Canada's vacancy rate for affordable rentals has dropped below 2%, the lowest in decades. In cities like Victoria, Calgary, and Ottawa, bidding wars for rentals are now common. Some landlords demand 6 months of rent up front, forcing young tenants to borrow or give up entirely. For those without family help or inherited wealth, home ownership is an unreachable fantasy. In 1970, a typical home cost 4 times the average annual income. In 2025, it costs more than 12 times. Young Canadians have adapted in painful ways, delaying marriage, postponing children, and moving back in with parents. Over 40% of adults under 35 still live at home, not by choice but necessity. Even those trying to escape urban centers face new challenges. Smaller towns, once considered affordable, Places like Moncton, Sudbury and Kelowna have seen prices soar as displaced city dwellers flood in. And with construction slowed by labor shortages, rising material costs and bureaucracy, new supply simply can't keep up. Do you believe Canada's housing market can ever recover for ordinary people? Comment yes or no below, and subscribe so we can keep shining light on the truth others won't tell. Wages frozen, dreams delayed. The affordability crisis isn't just about prices rising, it's about incomes standing still. Adjusted for inflation, Canadian wages have barely grown since 2008. A generation ago, one full-time salary could buy a home, support a family, and save for retirement. Today, two incomes barely cover rent and bills. According to Statistics Canada, average hourly earnings in 2025 are around $29, or roughly $60,000 a year for full-time workers. Yet living costs in major cities exceed $75,000 annually. The math doesn't work, and the result is burnout, debt, and despair. The gig economy, once a symbol of flexibility, has turned into survival work. Delivery drivers, freelancers, and app-based workers scramble to patch together income streams. Benefits are rare. Job security is a memory. Meanwhile, corporate profits are booming. The banking sector reported record quarterly earnings while food retailers posted billions in revenue amid price hikes. Canadians are working harder than ever, but someone else is reaping the rewards. The debt cycle is vicious. Average student loan debt now exceeds $28,000, and interest charges make repayment painfully slow. Credit card balances are rising at double-digit rates, with more Canadians falling behind on payments. Financial literacy programs lag behind the crisis, leaving many ill-equipped to navigate rising interest costs. For countless young adults, milestones like marriage, children, and home ownership have been replaced by survival goals. Make rent, pay the hydro bill, keep the lights on. This isn't just an economic problem, it's a generational one. Immigration and policy pressure. Canada's identity has always been tied to immigration, and that remains a source of pride. But in 2025, the speed of population growth is testing the system. The nation's population surpassed 41 million, with over 2.2 million newcomers arriving within 2 years. That's an unprecedented boom, but it's collided head-on with a severe housing shortage, underfunded healthcare, and stagnant infrastructure. Newcomers face immense challenges: underemployment, credential barriers, and unaffordable rent. But the government's open-door policy without matching housing or transit planning has left everyone squeezed. International students have flooded the market, generating billions for colleges but overwhelming local housing. Reports show as many as 10 students sharing one apartment near GTA campuses. Landlords exploit this desperation, and towns designed for 50,000 residents now host twice that number. Meanwhile, corporate lobbying influences immigration targets while ignoring the economic stress it creates. Labor shortages in trades and healthcare persist, yet many skilled immigrants drive taxis or deliver food because their qualifications aren't recognized. Instead of blaming individuals, Canadians are questioning policy design. How can a country so rich in land and resources not manage sustainable growth? Where are the long-term housing and infrastructure plans that make population expansion humane? These questions strike at the heart of Canadian governance, and they demand honest answers. Mental health, stress, and the death of the Canadian dream beyond dollars and cents lies a deeper crisis: exhaustion. The affordability struggle has left millions anxious, depressed, and hopeless. A 2025 Angus Reid survey found that 56% of Canadians under 35 say financial stress regularly impacts their mental health. Many describe constant anxiety over rent, bills, and debt. Social comparison adds another layer of pain. Online influencers flaunt wealth while everyday Canadians juggle 3 jobs to survive. Social media amplifies the illusion that everyone else is thriving, fueling burnout and self-doubt. Mental health services are overwhelmed. Therapists report record wait times. Counseling costs between $150 to $250 per session, far beyond what most can afford. Public programs are underfunded and understaffed. Even universities and workplaces are seeing a rise in burnout-related leave. Young professionals are questioning whether the pursuit of success is worth their well-being. The silent epidemic continues to spread hopelessness. Half of millennials believe they will never own a home, never be debt-free, and never retire comfortably. For a generation raised to believe in effort and education, that realization is devastating. And yet they persist, building side hustles, advocating for reform, supporting one another online. The resilience of young Canadians remains their greatest strength. Can we turn it around? Signs of hope. Despite everything, change is not impossible. It's beginning. Across the country, new ideas are emerging. Affordable housing conversions, turning unused offices into rental units. Rent control expansions in provinces like Quebec and PEI. Minimum wage hikes in British Columbia, Manitoba, and Ontario to match inflation. First-time buyer incentives paired with property flipping taxes to cool speculation. Communities are stepping up. Grassroots movements like Homes for All and Generation Rent are demanding reform. Cooperative housing models are returning, proving collective ownership can work. At the same time, young Canadians are rewriting the rules of success. They're moving to smaller cities, working remotely, starting digital businesses, and investing early through financial education platforms. Some are embracing sustainable lifestyles, growing food, sharing resources, and redefining wealth as freedom rather than luxury. Economic reform takes time, but awareness is growing. The more Canadians speak out, the harder it becomes for policymakers to ignore the struggle. Canada's future depends on its young people, yet right now, many are being priced out of the very country they call home. It's not too late to change course. If you believe Canada can do better, like this video, share it, and subscribe to help us reach 6,000 Canadians who still believe in building a fairer future. Every view, every voice, and every story helps spread awareness. Together we can rebuild a Canada where working hard once again means living well, not just surviving.